Hello. It's the 21st of February 2025 and it is my birthday. And Genesis, instead of releasing the Lamb box set on my birthday, because they thought it might overshadow this momentous day, they decided to release the first track of the new remix. Well, it's not a remix, it's a remaster by Miles Shovel. Not Miles Shovel. I always want to call him Miles Shovel. Don't know why that is. But yeah, so we've got a new remaster coming. It was meant to be out in March. I think it was the 28th of March. It's been put back to June the 13th now. I think it's June the 13th. I imagine because there's an awful lot of releases in March, and they probably looked at the release schedule and said, or there's been a massive mess up on the box set and they had to trash them all and do them again. I don't know. Who knows? But he said, I thought, wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it be fun to give my copyright, any pennies that I would make from this video, wouldn't it be good to give it to Genesis? I thought. For I am going to compare and contrast three. I'm not going to do four, because going back to the CD that was done in the 80s wasn't the best. I'm saying that the version that was out in 94 is the pretty good one. That was an upgrade from the one that was out in 85, I think it was. That's when I got it. So I'm just comparing 94, 2007, which is a remix, so it's going to sound different, and the 2025 one that's coming out this year. So the Britannia rises from the inky blackness of the Thames, casts off her Union Jack cape, puts on the black leather jacket of American consumerism, and strides with the Lamb across the Atlantic Ocean to Broadway for the Lamb to lie down once more as the story of rail is presented again for us. And here we go. So I'm going to have to put on the headphones of shame for this. Oh man, I feel I've loaded the files into Logic because I thought that was the easiest way to do this for me. And we're going to skip the top one. We're doing it in age, so the top one is from 94. That one's is the remix from 2007, and the bottom one is the 2025 remaster. As you can see, just by looking at the graphs, some are louder than others. Again, the wider the wave, the louder it is. So the 2007 is already a bit a bit louder. Oh, the loudest was. Just turn it down. Whereas the 94 edition has a bit more dynamism to it. Even the 2025 one has a bit of they call it brick walling, I believe, in the trade, where the peaks are flat. What we want to see these lovely kind of waves. We don't want to see this kind of flatness on the you don't know what I'm pointing at. Is there a way I can adjust the screen so I can include the let me just see, where's the screen capture, display capture, properties, show cursor. Oh, isn't the cursor showing up? Oh yeah, there it is. Ignore me, I'm just not paying attention. What we want is, we don't want this flattening, and there's a bit of flattening here as well. So there is a little bit of brick walling involved, even though Miles Shoal at Abbey Road has done a remaster. We want nice smooth waves, because you won't get the compressing and the limiting that they use to make it loud, but not too loud as to make your eardrums bleed. We don't want that. That's not good. That's not good dynamism when it comes to mixing audio. We want natural peaks and troughs. So I'm going to put on the headphones of shame, and we're going to listen. I'm going to turn bits on and off. But remember, the second one is going to sound different because it was a remix, and a lot of people don't like it. I don't mind. I prefer the surround sound version, so that's my get out. and I've always got the 94 edition, so it doesn't affect me. Or maybe I could put on one of the vinyl pressings I've got, so it doesn't affect me. So here goes my copyright. I'm giving it to Genesis. So if you want to like and subscribe, if you want to join and give me £1 a month, you can do that too. Or you can, there's Patreon, but I don't think people use that anymore. And or you can go and watch one of my other videos a few times and watch the ads. So anyway, we're going back in time to 1994, and let's have a listen. So you get the idea there. The remix, I think you'll find is quite different. See, the sound effects are more pronounced. See, it's a different beast entirely. And then we move on to the remaster, which again is the new remaster, is the original tapes but revibrated for 2025. As you can hear, it lends more to the 94 mix, but slightly louder. They've loudened it. Now, when the first drum bit comes in, that's the first bit of dynamism, and that's where you can really tell things are changed. All right, so we'll go back to the original, well, the 94 mix, not the original, that'd be 85. So nice and balanced. The soundstage is just, it's just perfect. Love that version. Love that version. The remix, I think you're going to find is significantly louder. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know. It seems a bit in your face, doesn't it? It seems a little bit. They've gone for more aggression. They've gone for more power. And so now we listen to the new remaster. As you can hear, it's more like the 94 edition, but louder. Do we need it louder? I don't know. I don't think we do. So we'll skip it a bit. Let's go to here and see what it sounds like. It seems they cannot leave their dream. There's something moving in the sidewalk steam, and the night lies down on Broadway. Very smooth. It's a very smooth. The frequencies are just they're like butter. They're smooth. Lovely. Again, it's quite radical on the 2007 edition.
It seems they cannot leave their dreamer. There's something moving in the sidewalk steam, and the night lies down on Broadway.
Again, it is all power, it's all volume, and it's all detail. There's an awful lot of detail in there. That's what they've done. They've pushed all the detail forward. I think it's overwhelming. I think it's that thing of where they want everything to be heard when you come to mixing, and that it can work, but sometimes it can just exhaust the brain. And I think in this instance, it's a bit exhausting. And this is the new edition. Let me just cue that up.
Their dreamer, there's something moving in the sidewalk steam, and the night lies down on Broadway.
There's some frequency stuff going on with the vocal. It's almost like a sibilance. There's some frequency cutting through that's not as smooth as the 94 edition. Again, it's almost akin to the 2007. It's interesting because you've got the smoothness at the beginning, but then when it opens up, it's just as horrible as the 2007 edition. Again, you've got to remember what we shouldn't poo-poo the 2007. They were trying to do something different. They were trying to modernise the sound of it. And again, if you're a purist, it can be a bit hard. Like I said, I've got all the versions, so it doesn't bother me. I'm not Francis Dunnery. There we go. I'm going to go transition into a quiet bit now.
The lamp seems right out of place with the Broadway street scene. Finds a focus in its face. Somehow it's lying there, brings a stillness to the air.
Again, Gabriel's vocals are very smooth, and I think with the later two you're going to hear more of a sibilance because he has a sibilant where he sings a bit. There's a bit of tongue. There's a bit of tongue when he sings. Sometimes there's a bit of sibilance to his singing, and it's very well masked on that. On the other two, I think you're going to hear that cut through, and that's where the frequencies come from. And well, they irritate me. Again, this is all subjective, by the way, because everybody's hearing is different. What I'm hearing is very different to what you're hearing. So you might like one of the others, and that's fine. I'm only indicating. You can see just by the way the wave forms here the differences. But again, everyone has their preference, and that's fine. Just because it's hearing is subjective. So that's why when you ask me what's the best mix, it's very hard to objectively say unless something has been really cleaned up and presented. And those cases are very few and far between. I would always say whatever you like. Anyway, let's go back to the 2007 mix, which is going to be a bit brash, all right?
Lies down on Broadway. The lamp seems right
More backing vocal there.
out of place. The Broadway street scene finds a focus in its face. Somehow it's lying there, brings a stillness to the air.
Did you notice there was an extra bit of Phil Collins backing vocals in that mix, buried, that was been brought up? Again, they want all the detail. That's what this mix was about, bringing everything to the fore. And I think that sometimes can be overwhelming. Sometimes you see something that's buried, which is nice. Now let's see if we can hear it in this version. Again, this is the new one, but again, everything's louder.
Lies down on Broadway. somehow it's lying there, brings a stillness to the air.
Again, I'm hearing it. Probably not some. Again, I don't know if you're picking up, but a slight sibilance on Gable's vocals. That bothers me. It's not as smooth as the '94 edition. Again, that's all to do with volumes. So what we're going to go now, go back to from a dynamic bit. We're going back from quiet to loud again. We'll start with the '94 edition.
Wife he's gone, he's forgotten what he did, and the lamb lies down on Broadway. Suzanne tired, her work all done, thinks money, honey, be on neon.
Now we go to the remix, which is going to be loud.
He's gone, he's forgotten what he did, and the lamb lies down on Broadway. Suzanne tired, her work all done, thinks money, money, me on neon.
Again, it's just too much, and they lose a lot of the bass. There's some real nice bass stuff going on, bottom end happening in this, and it's been stripped out. And they've gone for the more trebly end of Rutherford's playing, which it cuts through the mix, but also Gable's vocals are pushed too far. And now we'll go to the new 2025 edition.
Wife, he's gone, he's forgotten what he did, and the lamb lies down on Broadway. Suzanne tired, her work all done, thinks money, honey, be on neon.
Again, it's just too loud. They've still got the bass end there, but Gable's vocals they rattle a bit, don't they? Not as smooth as that first one. And then we'll end to we'll go to the last section where it segues into the next song, and we'll see how that sounds. Oops. Here we go. Good separation. Good separation. You can hear all the backing vocals spread out, so that's nice. And just take it. This is the 2007 edition. Fades out a lot quicker. I think you'll see. That's interesting. There's a bigger fade out there, a lot quicker. And finally, the new one from 2025. Again, loses a bit of detail. Compared to the '94 edition and even the 2007 edition. So yeah, that's a compare and contrast. That compares and contrasts the opening track of this new box set that's coming out. Again, hearing is subjective. I don't know which one you prefer. It gives you an indication of what the new remaster is going to sound like. It's going to sound more like the '94 one, obviously, because it's the same stereo tapes, but slightly louder. And it's going to be interesting to see how that works with vinyl, because this is just the digital, like the digital thing. You know, we've borrowed the digital thing, you know, the digital file that I've taken down and used. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Again, the frequency response to, you know, from CD to vinyl is going to be different. So it could be, it could work better on vinyl. You know, it might be more familiar. So it might be more familiar to the 94. So many numbers, 94. But it'd be interesting to compare it to, like I said, I've got a German pressing of the album which I quite like, which is nice and clean. So it'd be interesting to see, you know, how it pans out with that. So yeah, and for those of you who don't know, this is from The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway 50th Anniversary Super Deluxe Edition. It's coming out on 4 CD and Blu-ray audio. There's a Dolby Atmos mix. Ooh. Ooh. I don't think there's a 5.1, unfortunately. There might be, I don't know. But there's also a vinyl edition which comes with the Blu-ray too, I believe. But yeah, the price, the release date's been pushed back to the 13th of June. So, you know, that's unfortunate. Oh yeah, this is the vinyl set. So yeah, that's what you're gonna get. Tell me, what do you think? Leave me your thoughts in the comments box below. And like I said, because Genesis have taken all the pennies away. That's if this video even gets past. If there are big gaps in it, or there are silent bits, then it's because I've had to remove the audio. All right. But I gave it a crack. I gave it a fair crack, didn't I? I gave it a go. So anyway, remember to like and subscribe. And if you want to help me out, because I'm going to get no money from this, the pennies that I would have got goes to the coffers of Messrs. Banks, Gabriel, Collins, Hackett, and Rutherford. And why not? I mean, that Phil Collins, he could do with the cash, couldn't he? Yeah, they're all a bit skint at the moment, I imagine. Oh dear. This is the problem. This is why I don't do this. This is why I don't do this analytical stuff. I'd like to do more of this, but because they get the money, I don't. I'm sitting here talking about it. You know, it's my electricity I'm using. No, Pete Gabriel don't pay my electricity bill. Wish he would. Right, Pete. Not that he's watching. Still follows me on X though. Yeah, still pleased with that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully you had some fun with this. Again, it's not a perfect example because the audio was taken from the download, so it's not the actual physical. I haven't got the CD here, so it's not perfect. There are limitations to this before people say in the comments, well, actually, but the other audios are ripped from my collection. All right, so. And you can see the waveforms. It's quite clear, just visually, the difference. So anyway, thank you for watching. There's only one more thing left to say, and I think we can do it. Prog on.